Banter podcast with Cole and Jedis.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the General Banter podcast, the first podcast of 2023. Happy New Year. New year, new me. I'm starting it off different. I'm going to the gym. I'm going sea swimming every day. This year is the year. 2023 is my year. I'm going to be sun tanning my anus. I'm going to be drinking green drinks. And I'm going to be doing sit-ups from the ceiling. And I'm whistling because I've got Invisalign in. And we're making improvements all around, my guys. You know what I mean? I couldn't think of a better sort of celebration music than the Rocky theme tune. Yeah, he's doing one-arm push-ups. I'm going to be doing one-arm push-ups right after I've sun-tanned my anus. You know what I mean? We're going for health. We're going keto. Does anybody know what keto is? Fuck no. But it's an excuse for fat cunts to eat cheese all day. Okay? Keto get us. 2023. I'm going to be drinking coconut oil, telling people that I'm burning fats instead of sugars. Because I know about biology in 2023, let me tell you. Shout out Andrew Tate. Millennials have this, like, people think they're lazy because the economy changed and they think that people aren't working hard enough to afford a house and everything, even though everything changed, but they're working like fucking maniacs, basically. Yeah. And he's like, that's why everything's a fucking food truck. Everything's hey, we just chop all your ingredients into like spoonable amounts so that you can fucking eat it as you like,
and work quicker.
As you like dive onto a tube. Yeah. So everything's like quick, fast, now, take away, pop up, There's no fucking chilling anymore because everyone's working themselves to death for nothing.
It's not a good way to eat or live.
No.
But it's like, because everything's faster now and everyone's like worried about like, oh, the robots are going to take over. And you're like, they're not, because we're turning ourselves into robots. That's what people don't realize. We're the robots.
I had it in one ear from Gordo all fucking day yesterday and now I'm getting it from you. Jesus Christ.
Quite terrifying. Well, sure. I don't know. There's something about powdered food. I'm like, really? Like, I would rather argue about meat or not meat than just, do you want to eat powder and hot water?
Yeah, because you're so busy.
Formula food? Like, my God.
But that's it. And you, not only do they come in and take over, as you say, you offer yourself up.
Yeah.
Do you allow me to take all your information so that you can fucking do a thing? Yeah.
I know. And
take it.
I'm the worst now because at the start I was so suspicious of all those things. Like, do you consent to cookies and this and this and this? I'm like, no, and just not go into certain. See, now I'm like, yes, don't care. I'm like, they can grab it from everything now anyway. It'd be nearly impossible for them not to get that information you're using online anyway. And you just get so much shit anyway. So you're like, fuck, I don't care.
Just become absolutely shameless. That's probably the route I'll go down.
Yeah, I think you either have to go completely off the grid, like I don't have social media anymore and I'm not doing anything to do with that, or you just go put a load of it out anyway, so it's not, you're not so paranoid about it that you're trying to hide anything. You're putting out exactly what you want and you know that it's put out there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've scheduled a dick pic for
Have you?
Threads at 5 o'clock.
But it's a bit like that naked attraction and then the next bit will come up.
Judging by my
the belly's coming next.
Judging by my Instagram numbers, fucking no one would see that dick pic if I posted it. If I put my dick on stories, 10 close friends would see it. A couple of heart emojis. Yeah, right,
all my family. Well done, God.
I know. But I was talking to Gordo at those conspiracy guys because I was down doing that episode on Nikola Tesla. It was only 9 hours long or something, Fucking near lost my goddamn mind.
The good thing is,
yeah,
your attention span is 10 out of 10.
I have elite focus and calmness for 9 hours straight. I had a fucking sore neck from just looking over at him like this for 9 hours. But I was like, oh, did you see the video in China where the guy, the police would just come on the train and like check your phones? And he goes, yep. And they're trying to pass like a hate speech bill in Ireland too, and they'll be able to do that. No. And even if you have like an offensive meme that it's like having drugs. If you had an offensive meme that you had you know, the intention of sharing, that you can be done for that.
Wow.
But then we talked about, you know, like there could actually be, you know, good old fashioned decent crime going on in the background, and they'd be like, "But you've got a meme there on the phone. You've got a meme," you know. They'd be pushing in your bag past like a machete and a handgun and a fucking bag of coke and being like, "Do you have any fucking memes there? Oh, you bad bastard."
That's crazy, isn't it?
That's crazy. That's why I'm intermittently posting photos of my anus in my camera roll.
Yeah.
Because when they go in there and see those memes, they'll be like, and I'll be like, "I told you. I told you."
Intermittently, like just every 6 photos.
Oh yeah, there's like at the start of every row, you know. It'll just be like a screenshot of a song from Spotify, a picture of Eddie, a picture of my anus, a screenshot of my notes with my comedy set on it, picture of my anus,
Someone else's anus.
progress photo of our house being done up, you know, cool office setup I've seen on Instagram, anus, you know.
And if you look back, it's actually Braille for fuck you.
When you zoom out, when you click into the months, you know, you zoom in. Big finger like that.
It's a bigger anus.
Anyway,
What's in the box? Will you top me up there?
got a boiled egg. Fuck, they are hard boiled.
They prop eggs you got off the internet?
They came from my own chickens. We've old faulty chickens at home.
Right.
Do you know the ones that was in they be in the factory farm for years and then they come fucked?
Aye.
And now you can adopt them.
Can you?
But they're rid out like they've no, like the elastic in their hole's gone.
Oh, like a
You really
broken,
have to use them like a pepper mill to get the egg out of the bastard.
like a broken scrunchie.
So, and then, well, there's one, the fucking egg will just drop out of it, not even touch the sides of it.
That's better.
But
That's good.
that's why they're so small.
That's a good clean exit.
Jesus, I didn't think it would be as messy.
Oh, you
And,
brought eggs to a podcast and didn't think it would be messy?
I sure didn't get breakfast, to tell you.
Right.
I'm
I said I
starving.
was going to buy you dinner, get you some sushi.
I know, but sure, my stomach can't handle them the other Asian food.
It
I was wrecked.
Sure, you had a hard on for gyozas for about 2 months there.
Nice. Now, do you want to hear about HP?
That's fresh. What's going on
That's
here, man?
right. Come right out of that hen's vagina this morning.
This morning,
Still
fresh.
warm,
Yeah,
hey.
it,
Do you ever
smells, it smells like it came out of its arsehole.
Well, I did tell you they were faulty. Very possible.
Oh, they just blasted the hole into one, has it? Are they them chickens that they grow them too quick and they've got no feet and no head and all?
Aye, but they can't run away from you that way. All you want are the chickens in the arse, in the hole.
There's a machine near us. There's a vending machine does eggs.
Aye, there's down by us too.
And it tells you
We call them spars.
it tells you the name of the chicken when you put the money in. It'd be like, "Sheila, these are Sheila's eggs." And then you'd be fucking,
These
you'd
are
be like, "I
Sheila-
got Sheila's last time," or later.
There's a Sheila's children you're eating.
These eggs are great.
But
Here, Niall, have you had your freezing cold egg yet? Happy Paddy's Day, by the way.
Hey, fair play to these boys. I'm really happy with Horns.
Is that zero or is that full fat?
Oh, full fat.
Oh, wow.
He's sacrilegious taking zero nowadays. Do you want the rest of them eggs? You may as well, they go to waste.
I don't want to fill myself up before dinner, like.
Oh, good
I'll take them home to the child, will I? Give him the Eddie.
Eddie.
Here, take 2 eggs.
And, you want potato?
I'll hide back in the tater. Is that ice cream?
What?
Have you full ice cream in there?
Go on.
Imagine being big soft. Can't relate.
You're not big and soft?
Nah. Although when a bit of blood gets thrown into it, it's like a flump. It's like
I know why you said that at the very end of a breath.
someone put ridges in it. It's like someone put a fucking steel pipe in a flump, you know?
Oh, my ribs are coming.
Twisty and pink.
What's the yellow
Blue and
bit?
yellow.
Comes in a bag? Comes on the side?
Sometimes aim for the bag. No.
I seen a video where a guy, had a serious fucking meat pack down the front, and he would just secretly film people. He would sit in the train. He was probably sitting in the train, just hogged out down one side, and everyone was like, just
What?
fucking
Absolutely.
eyeballing the cock.
I would do the phone one. I'd be like, put my phone here and then gandering over the
I've been phone like that.
Yeah.
Are you looking at my penis?
Fair play to you, lad. Some wang.
Some wang.
Saying that to a fella. Right, lady, you big shooter.
That's some
There's one in
cocky
the back.
ass boy.
I nearly would.
Fuck me, cowboy. Huh?
Where'd you read that thing?
What do you feed that?
What's the weather like up there? Don't know what that means. What? Do you play basketball?
It's an iPhone 12. You know what I'm saying?
What's that in the Slazengers?
Pro Max?
Here you get protein pepper on me now.
You ever got a cramp in that thing?
I ever seen one like a guy beside me took a piss and I was like, that's my dick hard.
Is that what you said to him?
Yeah. Because it was
That's
that
my dick hard, lad.
No, I said that's my dick hard because it was that good looking.
That's my dick hard now. Now I can't piss.
That reminds me of my man's funeral.
Your piss goes from a solid stream to...
Like,
They should normalise that. You know the way girls go in the toilets and they're like, God, you look gorgeous and all. You should normalise fellas being at the urinals being like, fucking hell,
Fucking
sir.
hell, man. I remember hearing a story, and it might be one of them urban myth fucking old school joke things, but there was a guy who notoriously had like the biggest dick in Lurgan.
That's a Roald Dahl book.
Was he in the...
It is now.
Was he in the paper and all?
James McGinty
He was
had
in-
the
he was-
biggest dick in Lurgan.
He was in the Lurgan Mail, but they spelled it M-A-L-E.
Just a quiet news week and he's just standing there like caught a salmon.
James and the Giant Peace.
Fantastic Mr. Cox.
Free Roald Dahl.
Is he in a bit of bother? Is he cancelled? Why?
Willy Wonka. Sorry.
Does he hate Jews or something? What's the deal with Dahl?
Well, that's standard, but I
What's
think
the
it's
deal with
more
Dahl?
so they like looked at his books and was like, oh, there's some problematic stuff on here. So they're now taking his books and they're rewriting them and taking it all out.
What's the problematic bit?
I
N-bombs all over.
I couldn't be arsed reading the article. I just seen the tweet.
Why is Roald Dahl ball?
Oh, Jesus.
I don't know why. I didn't actually. Yeah,
I'm gonna Google that. Chat amongst yourselves.
Why is Roald Dahl in bar?
Fucking.
What's your thoughts on cancel culture, Mick?
Oh, just a second.
Do your fucking tits in, wouldn't it?
Roll?
Cancel all culture. Fuck it.
How spell that?
ROALD. What are you giggling at, man? Me fucking spelling you,
why
bastard.
is Roald Dahl cancelled 40 years after he died? Like,
I type like fucking Stevie Wonder.
I think, do you think there's people that are just like running out of things? So they're like, who else could you look at here, see if they've done something
they're
wrong?
probably fucking trying to find a way to sell more Roald Dahl books and just going, do you know what we should do? Call the Oompa Loompas little people and fucking say Charlie Bucket's family all have disability.
There's one we missed. Madilda.
That's the Australian version.
Madilda. Red boy. Angela White.
Madilda fell out of my asshole. I didn't even fucking feel it.
I farted out a dick out of air. A cock's worth of anal bips.
Matilda.
Just shot a fucking spunk mortar. I fought that last night. So much cum came out of me ass, the lights went out.
The character Augustus Gloop in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is no longer called Fat.
Is he going to be called a plus size glue?
Instead, he's called...
Augustus Gloop is what you leave on the bed after you played with Madilda.
All good luck is just balance.
Aye, symmetry.
Aye. Somebody put an arrow through all these boys' faces, and it's just because their eyes are on the same level. So if I hold my head a wee bit more like this, I'm good looking.
That's why we're both got shades on right now.
My beady. I was even noticing in pictures, I have big fat eyes. These big calluses under my fucking eyes. Eh?
Well, you have to rub the fuck out of them.
Well, that's true too.
You're the only man in history who has cauliflower eyes.
Oh,
Well,
Jesus.
that'll be the name of the podcast now.
God.
Have to get them drained and all. Oh, fuck's sake.
Oh, God bless me. You remember the Gladiators?
It was class.
Fucking some show.
I remember Jet from Gladiators giving me, some early onset boners when I was a kid. What's going on in my pants?
Early onset erection.
Daddy! I'm fucking bricked up here. What's going on? He's like, shut up and have another shandy.
Do you remember, just used to be some great Saturday evening shows on ITV. Do you remember the one Davina McCall used to do? It was "Don't try this at home." They just put a guy's head through a window.
Oh, fucking I broke that. I remember the name, but I don't remember the show at all.
Oh, they used to do some stupid things.
I think I used to fancy Davina McCall back in the day as well.
Still do.
Still do.
Oh,
Yeah.
her and fucking, what do you call your doll? Countdown.
Vorderman? What happened to Vorderman, man? She fucking...
She's getting plenty of vowels under her now. She's written with 5 men at the one
two
time.
in the bottom. I give her 2 in the bottom. Hey, but she'd have room for it. But she's went like not only has she went like, you know, older lady getting a bit of work done, looking well.
Yeah.
She's went to like fucking Puerto Rico or something and come back like I want to be like something from the back of a rap video.
Yeah.
Big fat ass.
Yeah, aye.
Big round titties.
But maybe she had that and we just didn't. I've never really seen her turn around from Countdown. She only, you only
Or she
really,
like backed up to the letters.
you
and
only
take it away.
really know her from the front.
Listen, Carol, I only ever knew you from the front. And I fucking didn't think twice about it. Now I see you from the back and the side.
You would like Vorderman.
Of course you would.
Is there anyone you would that isn't?
Most men would, everyone.
No, I wouldn't say everyone now.
Most.
But is there a woman that you would do just to say, I don't know, you didn't really want to, but...
But just to be like Kitty Hopkins. You know what I mean? Get it up here, fucking bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Aye, Katie Hopkins is a good
Spaff all
example.
over a carpet and leave. Take a shite in her toilet.
I'd take a run at Lizzo.
Aye.
Just to say I mounted it.
She gets a bad rap, Lizzo.
It's a great singer, though.
Aye, but she gets fucking dogs abuse.
She does.
For being fat, and you're like, I don't give a fuck.
I know what
Even
about it.
what she looks like. Do you know what I mean?
I think I've seen videos of her, like she is up for the crack.
Oh, she'd
she's
eat your
seen-
asshole
Aye.
after a spice bag and a fucking Domino's. But she would eat your asshole. But
Just get her shipped over to fuck.
I think maybe she plays into it a wee bit. You know, she's like Lizzo be eating, and people, you know, she acts like a bigger person, and people go, "You fat bitch, you're a disgrace." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, she does.
Should one of her backup dancers not say they fat shamed them? She fat shamed her.
I think these cancellations are getting weak now between her and Nolan.
That's like someone, you know, I hire someone to do a bit of work in General Banter HQ, and he's like, Colin was making fun of me for being bald or something. That's what that's like.
Yeah, I think I like her. Is she in Star Wars?
No?
She's in Star Wars now too.
Darth Vader? Don't even have to do the breathing. She's just doing it.
And the galaxy far, far away. But a lizard.
The Christmas
she done
galaxy,
now?
that's about that size. The galaxy you get in the airport.
Did you take Mars alright?
Oh, fuck, it is, right?
Golden dinner?
Stocks in it? Jesus Christ. In 2004, Steven Seagal released a dancehall song called Strut, in which he sings in a fake Jamaican accent. And his first line is, Me Wagwan Da Punani. You can't make this shit up. This is a fucking hater.
No, me want the shot of rum.
They're not gonna make you come. Just works his way through the drinks.
Oh, that is tremendous. Seagal just, he doesn't care. Like, he just doesn't. Have you seen his show Lawman?
No.
Oh,
when he's the cop?
when
Like,
he's the cop.
yeah, it's like cops.
Whatever way they've shot it, it's like he has a sixth sense.
Yeah.
They'll come in and they'll be like, yeah, we know you've been involved. And they're like, no, I'm not doing anything. And they'll show him and he'll go,
Yeah.
and he'll be like, it's in a box
Yeah.
in the kitchen under the sink. And he'll be like, there's the gun. The lawman strikes again.
The Lamar Street walks in their room, like fucking 2 inches of blood. Somebody's been killed in here.
And you can't take him seriously because he's got painted bays on his head. You know what I mean? It's like a snooker table on his bones.
Yeah, he went fully bald and then he just had vinyl hair.
It was like vampire with the top knot. It's a fucking weird look. Because it's Seagal.
Did you hear that thing when he had those like yellow glasses and people were like, why are you wearing yellow glasses? Which is like a Bono trick to hide your fucking age. And he's like, the glasses are for shooting.
Yeah.
Asshole.
Yeah. Shooting jizz everywhere.
Shooting
The punani.
punani. Make me feel nice.
Me make you come.
Me give you a shot of rum. Then I'm gonna make you come.
Did he write that song?
Give
or
me
did they
a
just-
shot of vodka. Then gonna make me bucket. I don't know. It's like fucking just the worst. Give me a shot of whiskey. Then I'll let you piss on me. Banana. It's like he went like, what's all the Jamaican words? He's like, Wagwan Da Punani. Blood clot me.
I mean, that's a great for Wagwan Da Punani. He gets underneath the covers and goes, Wagwan Da Punani.
The lawman strikes again. Wagwan Da Punani.
Me Punani. You read them with the Punani.
Take a shot of beer, me don't like the quiz. Wagwan Da Punani. Can I do a cigar face?
Yeah. Oh, if we could get that, just peek from behind it.
Grab it. I'll just sit the rest of the podcast.
Me make you come.
Do you know who looks like Steven Seagal? Arlene Foster.
Similar? Yeah.
They've got a same, don't they? They've got that like, me want the punani. Which way are his fingers? Oh, he's got the pink. He's got the pinky
the big dicks over the top.
This is the way his hands are in that shot. Me want the punani. Then me gonna make you come.
Imagine Arlene comes back to DEP and that's her first opening gambit. Me want the punani.
My constituency wants the punani.
I seen a funny thing last night. Just popped in my head. I was waiting outside Vicar Street and a blind guy's walking down the street. I mean, isn't
It's so fucking terrible.
it's not funny that he's blind.
No. I know where you're going with it. I people watch, so I get what you mean.
He's walking along. It was like the guy in the wheelchair pulling himself along with the legs. Which, you know what I mean. It's easy to sit in your comfortable car going, why is he pulling himself along by the legs? And you know what I mean. But anyway, I'm ableist. But the blind guy, I think he might just be,
Partial sight.
yeah, partial sight. But he's walking along and he's tapping the stick and he went up and he bumped into something and then he went to move and he bumped into another thing and it was a bike rack full of bikes and then he just pulled the fucking stick back and started whacking the fuck out of the whole row of bikes. And I was like, bro, why are you so angry? Why are you so angry? But maybe he's just Dublin where they're like, you'll wake up one morning and there's like a loading bay outside a shop and they've put bike racks in it and everyone in the town's like, for fuck's sake, like how many bikes do we need?
There's a blind guy in Belfast, and when Primark burnt down, do you remember the fucking completely changed
Yeah.
that whole junction?
Yeah.
And he couldn't fucking comprehend it. And he was punching the fucking the hoarding until somebody had to show him like how to maneuver in it, because he was going into a hoarding and when he was fucking hitting the stick, it just seemed like there was stuff everywhere, and he was like, and it was up and down curbs, and he was like, he was just frustrated, and he probably does that journey every day.
Yeah.
And he was beating the fuck, and then they had to take him around, and he was like fucking complaining and all.
Yeah.
Because he's been doing that his whole life, going down the Graben Road, going down into the town and walking through round to the market, and he couldn't make that adjustment, and then they had to show him a different route.
Where am I supposed to get my fucking 5 pairs of cacks for a tenner?
In the George's Market. But you forget about all them things that does affect people, do you know what I mean?
I can remember when that reopened and we were hardly ever in Belfast even at that time, but we're in Belfast more. He's like, when we go to see this new Primark, went upstairs and you know that fucking just death walk you have to do with your wife around the jammies and the knickers and all that, and you're like, not a pervert, more her, and she'd lifted a bunch of stuff, and there was like, I think she'd like lifted a pair of fucking, 3 pairs of cacks on a hanger or something, and she was like, and she looked at it, and there was just like fucking stain on it, and she just went, "No, we're leaving." She just dropped a pile of fucking Mickey Mouse jammies or whatever. She's like, "Nope, we're leaving out of this fucking camp." Unbelievable.
There was a guy who used to go into Topshop years ago and try on the women's underwear.
Kid.
Like, I'm going back, like, before it was fucking alright.
When was it alright?
No, but what I mean is, like, this guy could go
This
in
is
and-
before
and say-
transes were invented.
Well, what I'm saying is now that people will turn around and say, you can't really stop. If someone says, look, I'm a female, nobody's allowed to say, you're fucking not. You have a fucking cock and a set of balls. And he would have went in and tried the stuff on in Topshop, like. And like the staff and all used to be like, oh, freaking out. And then they used to throw him out. Like, it wouldn't happen now. He was just a pervert. I'm not saying he was.
Yeah.
But, do you know,
Did he buy anything? That's what I'd like to know.
he just went in on a Saturday and would try on the women's underwear. And he would leave the curtain open slightly and all. Do you know what I mean? So it was like pervy. But they probably got him lifted. I would say more likely he got lifted because he was just a pervert. But I'm saying, does this open up now for loads of perverts now to just do what they want to do? Because they're like, no, I'm going into the female.
Oh yeah, I identify as a pervert.
Yeah, you know, it's like the Troubles. There was a lot of psychopaths out fucking saying, oh, here I'm fucking out doing this for a cause.
This is for the cause.
Loving this shit.
Why'd you chop them up into 9 bits?
Yeah, exactly. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was like, good excuse.
Well, there is a bit of that,
Of course.
you know, but there's a percentage of fucking cunts and weirdos in every walk of life. You know what I mean? Cops
just
or
like
something. You know what I mean? There'd be like fucking decent cops, and then a couple of fucking power hungry maniacs
There was something on the other day that
who wear women's knickers.
should Mike Tyson be allowed to compete in women's boxing? And then they done an actual sketch on it or something.
That was from like Scary Movie or something.
Is that what it was?
Where it turns around as Mike Tyson with a ball.
That's funny as fuck.
But it's so, it is, I mean, like, you only talk about it because it's like on the news and fucking Twitter and shit, but like that Leah Thomas, who was the swimmer, who was, what was like William Thomas or something, ranked 500th when he was a fella, now identifies as a woman, Leah Thomas, fully just goes in, this is pre-op, like, dick and balls and tits.
They used to go in the top shop.
Pair of top shop thongs on him. But then, like, was going in, just getting changed with the rest of the girls. And so the girls were going, like, we're uncomfortable.
Yeah, with you being there,
It identifies as a woman,
but has
fine,
all the things.
but I'm just not comfortable with it. And they were getting more shit. They're going, this is just transphobic that you won't let this person get changed with you. And you're sort of going, like, it is mental. Like,
Yeah.
Like, why can't, you know, like, we're all in
It's
here.
just a hard one. Like, everybody can be modern. You could go.
You would have a hard one.
Why you hard then? Oh, I get that hard for fucking swimming. It's a rudder.
It's like nipples. You know, you get cold, you get a root. What are you gonna do about it?
Why are you pulling the foreskin back and forth?
Air. I don't know. Get a bit of air on it.
I'm making sure I've got the swimming cap on.
You know, and there was always like a dude or whatever with like an older brother who knew how to access that. Like you were, see, whenever I was growing up, when the internet was just coming about, you didn't have all these fucking websites to rhyme off. But then there'd be someone.
Took 25 minutes for a website to load, for fuck's sake.
I know.
Never made a video.
You'd always have some like this girl on the podcast on Blind Boy was saying about the first thing she seen was she had a sleepover and someone's had been like, oh, someone showed me this, and they did a bit of googling, and the first video of that sort that she'd seen was one of these fucking Japanese things where the girl's getting her asshole pulled open and they're pouring a bowl of fucking eels into it or something. So that's what's happening.
That's what I mean. There's no.
It's not even like, oh, you got your hands on a wee dirty magazine. It's
That's
like
what I was going to say. The first time I seen a fucking vagina was taken from a bush. Literally.
yeah.
Bush in a bush. And that, it was a magazine. And I was like, I still don't really know what you do with that. There was no directions. It was just a photograph. So you're like, dude, where does it go? Yeah. And then the porn came on and you're like, oh, okay. Now I know.
That's
boy.
where it goes.
That's it.
I actually remember.
Thanks for your video, Dad.
It's always at
fucking-
these sleepovers. I remember there was a bunch of lads got together, went to this guy's house because he had a set of decks.
Of course it did.
Fuck yeah, bruh. And he was on some website, and it was, and again, like one of the first exposure to like pornography, but it was like some bondage. It was like some real deep bondage thing, and I was like, man, this is creeping me out. Like,
You got to ease yourself in with a bit of vintage.
yeah,
But a vintage wasn't hardcore. It was just nice and easy.
yeah.
And you didn't know where the hole was because there was so much hair. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's the sort of way.
You don't wanna be able
That's
to-
more realistic to what they were experiencing when you're 13 or 14.
Yeah, you don't want to. The first thing you see is like you can see someone's innards. You know, you're like, no thanks.
Yeah. You'll put you off sex for life if you see some of the stuff you
yeah.
see in your adult life.
You don't want to see a gape till you're about 10 years in. Although, who's into gapes?
Yes. Is it
Bill Gapes. That's the name of the podcast.
Give me the new craze of gaping.
Like how
Everybody's gaping these days.
Gape Nation. Gape Nation. Like imagine you like
Blowing smoke rings up her dude.
like no one's like goes on a date and then they're like, how'd that date go? And you're like, oh man, we had a good chat over dinner and all, but see after, man, some gape on her. Like, you don't want any.
No,
you
you'll
don't want
never
your
get
new girlfriend to be like you can put an arm in her asshole.
No. No.
You can flip a coin in there, no bother.
You know, toss her like a pizza. You know,
Yeah.
fucking like the dough. You know, you spin it up, you got there, just spin it around.
You're deep in the game when you're gaping, like. One of our teachers was off for about 2 weeks over Halloween and came back in, and her face was burnt to bits, and she got hit with a firework in the eye, which is terrible. But you know, you're like,
Baby, you're a fire.
and I know we had another teacher come in and be like, we're not, you know, we don't need to talk to Mrs. whatever about her injury. You know, we'll just carry on as normal. And she came in and was like, right, folks, 15s. We're doing mint arrow 15s, you know, keep it exotic, you know. she had like someone come in and pre-warn. We'll not bring it up, and then she came in.
Right, folks, 15s. It's fucking unreal.
Do you know what I mean?
Did you ever just have a teacher when teachers that just want to make you stop talking in our school would just go,
I'd be such a cunt if I was a teacher.
oh mate, yeah, I was a cunt. Like
I would be like, do you ever watch Eastbound and Down?
yeah,
Where he just comes over and he goes, he's like, hey guys, I seen someone raping a girl. And then they're like, what? And he goes, I'm just messing. And then he like sits. I'd be doing that in class to keep people quiet.
see that.
There's a fire! Joking. There's an active shooter! That could happen if you don't pay attention. Okay? Sit down.
In my belly for knowledge. Yeah. And also school dinners. Unbelievable. There's an active shooter. It's fucking epic. Epic.
There's an active shooter! Only messing. We do only have 20 minutes left. Now finish the charcoal drawing, because that's important. Let's get out of here. All right? I've been holding a fart for 7 hours. So if you want to make your way to the corridor, and I'll just fucking...
Oh, mate, I would have no truck with dropping eggs, like, in a classroom, like, if I was the teacher.
Would you be crop dust in the class?
Do you know, I would do a thing, yeah, you walk around checking the work, just dropping wee curries as you go, like, you know what I mean? Did somebody order a wee korma down here, down at the slow table? There you go. And then just walk past. You know what I mean?
Just trying to cover it up.
Yeah.
You know the fucking because you're all cramped up because you've been holding it all day.
Yeah. Yeah. We science ones. Do you ever do a wee fart in science? It's a nightmare because it's like on that. It's just on like a proper old wooden stool.
Just rattles
Everyone
off it.
hears it like, oh mate.
That is the best fart.
In science, just a loud one where you just don't care.
Did your science place have like stools and benches instead of tables?
So because
you're at a perfect angle if you're like leaning on a bench.
in our old school, in our old school building, like it had these. They were like I want to say like octagon type things that were like it was like a big counter and then a smaller octagon in the middle, so that when you were doing experiments, you could set your books up there.
Nice.
And then all the wee taps came out of that octagon thing around the table and plugs and all. And then there'd be like a sink, 2 sinks, and then like another octagon then. And it was all linked around, like 4 or 5 of those in the room. But then in the new school, they built these ones that were just plainer, more like big desks that had gas taps on them. And they weren't
The
as much
stress of
fire.
being like a chemistry teacher.
I wouldn't want to teach.
Yeah, we're gonna do some stuff with fire today, and then you're just sweating bullets. Like,
Genuinely,
these
my
fucking-
class. So one of the teachers in our school who did that, she was she was a biology.
I can't even go that high.
She just go first years. Right? She right, so she would like fuck up.
There is a name for this. There is like an actual phobia of indoor large spaces. It makes me a bit like fuck. Freaks
Like
me out.
warehouses.
Yeah, like I was actually in the Tate Gallery in London, and someone was like, "This used to be a factory and all," and they cut half the floor away, and it's glass and you can see down. And I remember just looking over and being like, like it was fucking just the scale of it. I was like, "Fuck, who built that? What are you doing up there?"
I had my first run-in with edibles recently. Like, I'd had them before, but they'd kind of done fuck all.
Are you a weed guy normally?
No, I can have panic attacks by myself. Thank you.
Pussies.
I don't need like panic enhancing drugs.
No.
I'm freaking out all the time. But basically, I was opening. Oh yeah, I was hanging out with Adam Rowe after his London show, and Alfie Brown was opening, and Alfie is big on his edibles, and he turns to Jack, Adam's like camera guy, and goes, "Oh, do you want this?" And Jack was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to another pub," and then turns to me and goes, "But if you're just going to McDonald's and going home, that'll be great." And I was like, just in like too good of a mood, so I was like, "All right," just chucked it in. Went to McDonald's with Alfie, ordered all the stuff, and I was like, "This is fine, just getting to McDonald's, whatever." Walk out, heading towards the Ubers, and I'm like eating the burger, and I turned to Alfie, and he looks fucked, and he does it all the time. His eyes are all like red, and he's white as a sheet, and he goes, "Are you feeling it?" And I went, "Nah." And Alfie goes, "You look like you're feeling it." And I was like, "You look like you're feeling it." So I'm there, Fanta Zero and my chips in the big kind of bigger bag around it. But then the Uber arrives, and I go get into the Uber, and I just like close the door. And it just goes, like my whole world just like it zones in. And then I look out the window to kind of like wave at Alfie, and the Uber sets off. And do you know when the Millennium Falcon goes into like hyperdrive in Star Wars and all the stars go like sideways?
Oh yeah.
That's what it looked like when I looked out the window. I was just like, oh no. And it's like a 40-minute, no, like maybe a half an hour drive. And I'm just in this Uber. And then I immediately go, oh, I can't eat the chips. He'll be so annoyed at me if I eat these chips. And I'm like, the Uber driver.
All right. The overlords.
And I'm just like fucking spooked, like. And then he's driving along, and I know I can't talk.
Yeah.
Like I haven't tried yet, but I know I can't talk. Like I barely, you know, when you get an Uber, I barely said my name.
Yeah.
I was like, "What?" just sat down. And then I'm like having a wee sip of my Fanta every so often, but like sneakily, because I think you'll be annoyed at me for that for some reason. And he's driving along. Sorry. And he goes, and I keep trying to look out the window, but there's just nothing there. Like it's just space. And then he goes, "Oh, I just need to pull in here for a second." And I just went, He pulls into this petrol station, not for petrol, for snacks.
Respect.
Mid Uber ride. I think he just knew I was too fucked to say anything. Yeah. But I was like, "Ah," and he goes in, he gets out, and I still can't see anything out the window. And even though he's like in the shop, I'm like sneaking chips still.
Yeah.
Like there's no one else in the car, and I'm like,
he's got you on the dash cam, fucking
looking around. And then he's been in there for what to me felt like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Like I'm just sat in the car, and I started to sincerely think, oh fuck, he's forgotten I'm in the back of the car and he's gone home. And I'm just at his house now.
I live here now.
And I have to sleep in this Toyota Corolla.
Nice.
And then I'm like sneaking these chips, and I'm still barely eating any of them. Then he gets back in. He goes, "Oh, sorry about that." And I go, Sets off up the road, right? Again, feels like 2 hours.
Oh.
Get to the house, and he goes, you know, like Uber drivers kind of slow down and expect you to go here.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I can't see. I can't see where my, please just stop.
Yeah.
I get out.
I don't know where I'm going.
I think your phone will tell you.
Yeah.
I get out, and I'm there, and he drives off, and I'm just like walking through the street that I live on in London, just like, ugh. And then I get a chip out and go, oh fuck, they're cold. And McDonald's chips are like shit when they're cold.
Yeah.
I hate them so much. And then we've been having a bit of like a turf war with the foxes outside our block of flats. And like they're getting really bold. Mm-hmm. Like I'll be walking down the path to the front door, and one of them will just step out in front of the path, and I'll do like a clap or like a big noise, and it'll just sit down. And I'm like, what? So I have to do a big fucking and then they like run away. And but it didn't happen, and I was like, I don't want these chips. But then I was
How
like,
mental would you look?
oh, you just
This guy across the road cracks the blinds, and there's just a guy with chips with no eyes going. Sonar trying to get back to the house.
I'm trying to scare away the foxes, and then And then, oh yeah, I was like, fuck, my girlfriend's gonna be so annoyed at me for getting McDonald's.
Yeah.
I can't bring any of this rubbish up to the flat. Which just wasn't true. She just wouldn't care whatsoever. But I was like, she can never know. She can never know that I've had McDonald's. So I was like, I need to get rid of it. And I was like, I want to make peace with the foxes. So I go into like the grassy bit beside our block of flats and start like scattering chips for the foxes. I'm just like, we can be friends now. And then I get all that, throw it in somebody's wheelie bin across the road. And then, and I still have this Fanta Zero. And then I look at it and see the big McDonald's logo and go, oh no, if I take this upstairs, she's going to know I've had a McDonald's. And I was like, what are you, the fox? I was like, foxes don't like Fanta. And then
London foxes, who knows?
Yeah, the thought that went through my head was, I just put it on the wall outside the block of flats and went, I'll drink it in the morning. Went upstairs, sat down on the sofa, texted my girlfriend and was like, I think I made a mistake. I shouldn't have taken that gummy that Alfie gave me. And then just fell asleep on the sofa.
She like in the next bedroom. It's a terrible suicide note.
Yeah, it's just
I've made a terrible mistake tonight. I'm so sorry for everything I've done.
Just absolutely, yeah, horrific. I don't know if I'm a weed man.
I haven't spoken to anybody recently who has had a good weed story. It's whatever they're doing the weed, none of it's like the silly weed. All of it is the fucking freak out weed now.
And it's always like the ones who do enjoy it say like just basically tell that story, but like with a big smile of like, isn't that class?
Yeah.
Of like, I thought I was gonna die. Oh mate. Like when Joe Rogan talks about weed, he's like, yeah, you'll see the devil and all. I'm like, what's wrong?
Don't see the devil?
What's wrong?
I see the TV.
Just want to watch Inside Out and like laugh a bit.
I remember, early weed experiences. My mate would have got like a wee bit of hash or something, and you'd have bent the Coke can and poked holes in it and put it on and like smoked it through the can. And then
Fuck it? Is that what that's called? Is that a fuck it?
It's something else, isn't it? Fuck it's like, the bottle, and you'd fucking pull all the smoke into the bottle. But you would just smoke it and, get all warm in the face and have a wee giggle and eat loads of Cocoa Pops and... that was it.
I'm going to buy Cocoa Pops today just because you said that.
They're shit now.
Are they different?
They're just not as fun. They're trying to make everything healthy now.
Cocoa Pops?
Yeah.
The woke brigade have got a hold of Cocoa Pops.
Let's bring the tone down a wee bit here.
Yeah.
We've got above our station here. Do you want to watch this riot have you seen this video?
Oh no.
This happened in Dublin Road Tesco's, I do believe, and now it's froze. Great times. This was doing the rounds here, people being like, that's so Belfast.
And Tesco's in the Dublin Road, right? Look at his face, get this viral, right? Get this viral. I have my pup in this store, right?
Nolan going nuts.
Somebody touched my dog and a bottle dropped down on me. Come on, big lad. Who the fuck do you think you're pushing? I swear to God. Who do you think you're pushing? Yes, get the police and get the CCTV. This will be going viral. This will be going. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are?
Yes.
I'll tell you what. I'll drop you. Get away from me. Get away out of my face! You've been warned! Step away before I defend myself! Step away before I defend myself! You step away! I tell you that! It's my son! I tell you that! You want to stop me? Because I don't fucking get him off me!
See what happens when they run out of flaming hot Doritos for your meal day?
Make this viral should be a button.
Make it.
Yes.
I just fuck it. I mean, there's spots in Belfast where it's like, you could make a documentary a week about it. Like Tesco's Dublin Road, Nero Botanic,
So did this guy upload this himself then?
Yeah, I think he did.
Don't make me defend myself!
That's me every time I ask you to do it.
Yeah, you're like, can you move the baby seat in the other car?
Who you fucking think you are?
Step back!
Stop touching my pups!
Fucking hell.
Chaos, like, but
That is stressful.
I see those fucking like, I know my rights. I'm gonna fucking
make this viral.
I'm gonna make us a scene, make us viral. Bro, you can't shout make it viral when you haven't uploaded it yet.
YouTube, who you
Wonder is he
listening to
making
me?
his own thumbnails now? Drama in Tesco's. Someone touched my pup. There's no flaming hot Doritos. Who the fuck do you think you're? Just to everyone. Who the fuck do you think you are? You. Who the fuck do you think you are?
Do you know what I have been watching a wee bit of? Is Chris Hemsworth Limitless.
Great.
Fucking phenomenal.
Great.
Yeah.
I hate how fucking dead on he is when he's that hot. You know, he's just like a fucking guy.
I've just been walking about talking as him.
Yeah,
He's
you
like,
can't.
Yeah, I'm Chris Hemsworth and I was in Thor. So, yeah. I'm going to go jump
Allegedly,
off a building later. And
this
then,
cunt's telling me I'm only allowed to eat one bit of salmon for the next fucking 5 days.
Thankfully, there's juice in this noodle. So, yeah, Thor.
Yeah. Even in water that's freezing, my cock is big. So
I jumped into an empty pool with my hands and feet tied together, and 3 mermaids sucked me off.
Yeah. I could barely breathe from the ejaculation.
In a private swimming pool. They walked here, which is impossible for mermaids, but, you know, I'm Thor, so, yeah.
Yeah. They filled a pickup with water and got here to suck me off.
Sometimes I look at my mum's cunt, and I say, that's never looked as good as when I was coming out of it.
Oh. God. There's so many questions. I can't get through all these. Will we just finish on one hot one?
Yeah, go for it.
If you could only wank to one category of porn the rest of your days, what would it be and why?
Sorry.
Straight.
Yeah, daddies.
Daddies.
Daddies that are daddies. It would be just big fat milfs, like.
There we are. Join us next week when we'll be back with some cunt.
You know what's nonce behaviour? Butter on a ice finger or a coconut finger.
Yeah, I don't understand the need. I don't know the need.
Yeah.
What I would do though, cut it in half, sausage in it.
Not even.
The party hot dog, I call it. The coconut finger.
Are you making this up?
No, but I don't see why it wouldn't work.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? It's a bit.
You're not Dragon's Den, bro.
Fucking.
All in.
Next top chef. I am here today to propose an idea I've had. I don't know, 15 quid would do each. I don't know. It's basically, have you ever had a coconut finger? Picture it, cut it up the middle, sausage.
Yeah. You know Belfast Live are doing an article on this right now.
Yeah. We try it. You know, like.
Top 5 weird dishes suggested on General Banter. Not bad.
One comment from a guy, who? Always and it's so disrespectful because the name's in the headline of the article.
Who's this?
Shane Todd announces new show. Who? It's there.
I know. Never heard of it. Yeah. I'll get people tag their mates under my posts for like a gig and be like, never heard of the guy.
Yeah. Need to go see him, chick. Don't know him, love. Check him out on Instagram. Don't have Instagram.
Yeah.
What you at tonight?
We're on Instagram.
Just hijack the post.
Sure, I've nothing to wear. Yeah. I was going to go out the next night, but am I going to be hungover from this? I don't know. Jeff's working. Way too much information. Do you know my brother-in-law?
Oh, Finches.
Did I tell you about his incident?
No.
I went in one day and the face on him, he was like, devastation this morning. He'll hate me telling this story, but he keeps finches. He's got like fucking, they go out to the guards, all converted as fucking birds, like floor to ceiling. And he's got all the, I never bit through my tongue trying not to laugh in his face. Like, but he goes, he'll absolutely hate this. But he was like, yeah, I was cleaning out the, you know, because there's a special type of like seed, dry seed that you hang up and they eat that. Falls everywhere. The whole place is filled with it. I was hoovering that up and I just cracked the gate a wee bit to just hoover the bottom of the thing, and the 2 birds took off and just went thunk thunk into the hoover. But I mean, God forgive me, but he was distraught. You know what I mean? And I was like, oh well, it's a good thing there's 29,000 more of them in this fucking shed, bro. But I was all I could.
Did he make the noise when he told the story?
No, but that's all I can imagine. I was like, and in my head, I was like, was it that Dyson where it's like see through into the see-through thing where it's just going like flying around it, 1,000,000 RPMs.
Oh my God. That's
Straight up the fucking pipe.
Oh fuck.
And I was like, would they not survive?
With the same vacuum you're trying to hoover up one bit of bread, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
What are the chances? What are the chances?
One flake of Weetabix, and you're like, come on, you fucking cunt.
2 live animals.
And then I was like, I was like,
oh my God.
I was like, would they not survive that? Like up the tube and into the thing, and he goes, no, their wee bones are made of nothing. And I was like, they would have just been pulverized.
Imagine it just took all the feathers to them.
Oh, Jesus, no. The tits. It would be a fucking
one of the birds going, fuck, I didn't know we had nipples.
I fucking like the fear of accidentally killing anything gives me like, you know, there was a girl in my was it primary? No, it was in like normal school, like high school, and she'd bought as the story goes, they had a puppy Yorkie.
Right.
You know how small a fucking Yorkie is anyway, and then the puppy one is just like a fucking beanie baby, like a wee tiny fucking
something you put in a key ring.
Basically. And she, you know, the dad was like nipping out to do the bins or something, and he came back in and he just went to slam the door behind him, and the dog just fucking head came off it.
Fuck.
Because it was like a wooden, you know, like a heavy wooden door, not like a PVC door. The door just chopped its head off.
I've told you the story about the cat in our house, haven't I?
I've heard about a bat your dad squished it under the door.
Aye, it survived, but there was
he just wipe it. Yeah, for legal reasons, it survived.
Yeah, exactly.
He didn't just smear it across the floor.
The amount of animals that died around our house, man. We had a cat once, right? This wee cat, we all fucking loved it. It was a nice wee cat, and it was like a Sunday night, and my mum came into my room, and she was like, "I think I've caught the cat's paw on the door." And I was like, "What do you mean?" She was like, "I just wanted to close the sunroof." And she said the wee cat must have like looked up to see what was going on, and she slammed the door and didn't. And I was like, "Right, I'll go down and look," because my sister loved the cat, so I was like, "Don't tell her; she'll fucking shit herself." So I went out, and the cat's lying on the drive, and there's all this blood like around his paw and stuff. And I was about 12, so I just immediately went, "I'm getting dad," because I'm not a man, like.
Yeah.
So they wake my dad up out of a drunken stupor on a Sunday night, and be like, "If you get down," Mom's caught the cat's paw on the door. He's like, "Fuck."
Die.
So he phoned the vet, right? And the vet's like, "Right, just pick it up, put it in a wee box with like rags, or whatever, so the blood doesn't stain anything. Take it around him." So my dad picks it up, and the cat went fucking right. Just caught his fucking neck in the car door, right? Almost decatinated it. So I had to tell my sister, she had a breakdown, and like we're all, don't you lose a pet? You're genuinely a bit sad. We're all like, "Fuck, I like that. We think it was alright." And then the next day, I went to get my school bag out of the car to like change my books the next day, and my dad drew a chalk outline of a cat in the drive with a face and all.
Bro, health and safety.
Oh, safety.
Get your nose out of the bread's anus, man.
I know.
What's he doing?
Put your face in it. And no, I'm sorry. You still edit with a knife and fork.
But this is the way your influencer life's gonna go here. They're gonna.
That's it. I'll be
one step at a time. They're gonna be like, "Can you sexy it up a wee bit?" That's what they'll be doing.
That's your idea of OnlyFans, wouldn't it? Be sexy food.
See when this new kitchen comes in, I'm gonna be in the Borat mankini, fingering dough. I should. Now, can we make a piss take of this for the live podcast? Where it's me just like, you know, I've got a bit of pizza dough and I'm like, but for like ages. You know? The try to be all sexy with a peach, me just
just rolling it out with a dildo. Stop it.
Coming up for breath. I do like the way you like split the dough and then went and just grabbed the cheeks like that. What I like to imagine there was just like 6 people behind the camera.
Yeah, that's funny.
You know, just as bit. Can you go again there? I just got icing sugar on my lens. No problem. He's just waiting. Loosening up. Just being on your fourth take of licking out pizza. Again, hold on now. Yeah, I'm gonna remake that. Just with a horrible light and me with my pasty hairy tits out. What could you make? It was just really sad. Just fucking toast.
Mince and onions.
Mash.
Just trying to be fucking really sexy. With just like some beans and mash and sausages. Flicking your bean, you like that there, did you? Someone's heard flicking the bean, you know, and I've had an opportunity with a lady and I've just been like,
where does that come from?
Flicking your bean?
Daniel O'Donnell.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
Yeah, everybody at home
Fair
flicking your bean.
Or
makes sense.
Would you ever just be watching one of my videos, diddling your skittle?
Can I look up funny terms for female masturbation? Just cocks everywhere. Funny terms for female masturbation.
Do you think you know them all already?
I know a couple more, you know what I mean? I've been around the block a couple of times. Let me see. I'm gonna digging for clams.
I mean,
the one clam, really? What the hell? And then they put it in contact. Use that in a sentence. What the hell is Betsy doing in the bedroom for so long? Digging for clams. Spelunking.
No, never heard of it.
No. Tickling my fancy.
I'm gonna call it my fancy from now on. My fancy?
Nothing fancy about it. Flicking Fiona.
Oh no.
Fiona's such an auntie name
No,
for
I
your puss. Slugging the sister.
What?
I feel like just a fella wrote this, you know, just like
these are shit.
Just a 53-year-old fella. Damning the beaver.
None of that makes sense.
Shucking the oyster. Hitting the kitten. That's fun.
That's funny. Okay.
Did you say one of your friends one time, like last minute, had to go on a date and she goes, "Oh, I just gotta go skin this cat."
Yeah, skin the cat.
Would there be any way of finding out from a fella, you know, like ahead of the time? Do you like a bit of fluff? Do you? Before I take into this thing, twanging the meringue. That's good.
I like it.
This one might be the best, and I haven't even read on. Denching the Judy. That's good because it's fucking doesn't even make sense at all. Pinching the princess. No wait, this is the best one. Rubbin the Nubbin.
I've told you about the fart WhatsApp group we're in, haven't I?
No.
So it's me and a bunch of Australian comedians, and all you're allowed to do is fart. There was one guy.
Never felt more excluded in my life.
There was one guy in it who, before I was involved, there was a guy in it who got kicked out of the group because he was too chatty. So I'll just play you one now. Here's.
Play me. Is that a woman?
Nope.
No.
This is so. There's one here. There's a legendary one. I think it was a good fucking 12-second fart. If I can just find this.
I'm sure you've put in some work in that group.
To be honest with you, they make fun of me because I've got some sort of anal stage fright as soon as it fucking. So this is the legendary one.
Sounds like a fucking bee in your ear. It's a mosquito in your fucking tent.
That was Luke Heggie, fantastic comedian. Check him out. Masking kids and shit. But it's like
you guys get the tightest arsehole
see
on
what's
earth.
insane about it? Anytime anybody in the group meets up, we end up talking about how good it is for your mental health. See if you wake up in a bad mood and you go, "Oh, there's 4 new farts." You're immediately fucking good to go.
Anytime I
wake up and I know I'm gonna be.
whenever I see like any of our WhatsApp groups, I'm like, oh, there's some sort of scandal, on the scene. But that's great when you wake up to that. It's just
so
like,
good,
I have
man.
loads of them to get through here.
Now, there's a couple like Sean.
Get the beats on.
Sean Woodland, another comedian, takes it dead serious. He's shot himself a couple of times. Like, yeah, like, but he's like, everybody else does it in private. You can hear his kids in the background. He's just like, they're like, oh, Dad, stop it. He's like,
man's got a full roadcaster set up. Full sound booth and one of them curvy things around it.
it's some fucking, it's the best thing I've ever been involved in.
I thought you would be fucking dropping some heat in there.
The thing about it is like it kind of, I started getting too competitive, so it was getting like this. This is one of my good ones.
You're shoveling beans in it.
Oh, that was a good
Was
one.
that you?
Yeah. And then there's one. Sometimes she'll be like, "Oh, do you know what that sounded like?" So I think this one sounds like machine gun fire in the distance.
Is that recorded in fucking Ukraine?
I swear to God, it's the happiest I've been in my adult life.
Anyway, we get in Santa's fucking Polar Express or whatever. We're in there. They've got TVs up the side of this fake train. It looks like the thing takes off. Eddie's like, oh, that's amazing. And then it gets to the end of that and they're like, are you ready for the next bit? And then they go into the next bit and they've got, and I will keep stating this fact, fair play to them. They've done a lot of work to this. And they had this guy in a suit or whatever. It's supposed to be like a Yeti. It comes out. Of course, every kid there shits themselves. This fucking, like 7-foot fucking Yeti thing comes out. Roar. And all the kids are hiding behind their parents and shit. There's like four sets of parents with kids. And everyone's like, do you know who wants to get a photo with this fucking Yeti? And all the kids are like, no thanks. So I got a photo with it. It's probably the one you've seen on Patreon. And then you go into the next bit, and they've got this big fucking guy, again, a guy in a suit, looks like a big animatronics thing, supposed to be like an old Christmas elf, and he's like, I wrote a letter to Santa, blah, 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 and I received a fucking, and everyone, all the kids are sitting there going, oh, that's mystical. And then we go into the next bit, where there's two, quote unquote, some so-called elves, okay? And everybody else was a wee theatre kid or some sort of trained actor. The vibe off these ones, they just grab someone off the street. And they're like, hey, Siobhan and Sean, do you want to be elves for Christmas? And they were like, absolutely. So we go in there, and this guy's like, oh, I'm fucking whatever the elf, and I've got a fucking candy cane here, and it's got a beeper on it to see who's been naughty. And the joke is they walk around and go, do, and all the dads have been naughty, haven't they? All the dads have been naughty, and goes off. The guy's in character, He's like, oh, who's been naughty today? Beep, 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 beep. Gets over to me, goes like, he goes, oh, we've got a celebrity in the room. Now, the bit might, first of all, celebrity, what even is that anymore? I don't know. We've got a celebrity. Guys on the internet a bit. Has a podcast. Who gives a fuck? He goes, oh, we got a celebrity. Comes out of character a wee bit because he's quite close to me. He goes, are you calling Guinness? And I go, both. I don't know what my face was like. But if you're watching this on video, it was definitely like this. Yeah. Back to character there. Stay in the bed. And he's like, oh, he's been a naughty boy. We got a comedian. And then, obviously all the fucking the things go off. And they're like, okay, everyone who's been naughty, stand up. Me and the other Daz, okay? Got another couple of regular Daz. Got me in there dressed like fucking, drug dealer. And then you got like one dad who's, obviously a bit of a mod or whatever. He's got that haircut that those guys have. He's got clocks on, not a stranger to like a Liam Gallagher gig, right? And we get up there and he's like, okay, to get yourself off the naughty list, you gotta sing a song or do a dance or tell a joke or whatever. Guy goes, surely you know a joke. And I'm like, bitch, have you seen my material? I'm not keeping track of little Christmas cracker jokes that I can just fucking dish out whenever I want. You know, I'm not going to launch into a goddamn Jeffrey Epstein bit here in front of these other parents. Once again, the bit would have worked had any of the other parents, if all the other parents were like, there's your man, he does a bit of comedy, has a podcast, you know, there's Barry at Blender. This will be funny, making a cunt of himself. Now, all the dads are up. The kids, not engaged. The kids are like, fucking, who gives a fuck, where's Santa? You know, fucking speed it up, bitch. They're all fucking talking to their mummies. All the dads are up there. These two fucking elves are terrorizing us. They're like, oh, well, you gotta sing a song or do that. Do you know a joke? I'm like, nah, bitch, not for this room. And then they're saying to the other dad, like, oh, you've been a naughty boy. The woman goes to the guy, drop down and give me 20. And the guy's like joking, he's like, I'll give you 5. And she goes, I'll meet you in the middle, give me 10. And I know, he gets on the floor, starts doing press-ups. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? I'm like, your family are, like, it's not like your kids are going, daddy's being made to do exercises. I'm just looking at this guy, you know, on the floor doing it looks like Paul Weller doing goddamn push-ups on the floor. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? But you're in that environment, you know, they've cornered you. They've cornered you where they're like, you know, you're surrounded by children. We're going to fucking make you do whatever we want, you know? And you can't just be like, listen, bitch, shut the fuck up and get me into Santa. Okay? It's a Sunday. I'm hungover. For fuck's sake. And then they go to me, you can't tell a joke. You're going to have to fucking do a dance. At this point, Eddie gets up. One of the elves starts dancing. And he's like, copy me. And, you know, I'm fucking doing the wee fucking kid dances with Eddie and all. And then this other lunatic, she's running around like, oh, I hope you didn't meet your wife on a fucking dance floor with those moves. And then she's like, okay, the dads are going to have a booty shaking contest. I'm like, it's a fucking children's Santa experience. Not a Schoolboy Q video, okay? I'm not going to start twerking in front of fucking someone's child. And then, now I'm not this type of person. If I was this type of person, I'd be on fucking, you know what I mean? I'd be in them DM. I'd be in them emails. Regarding your elf staff, okay? She's fucking grabbed me by the hips. Oh, shake your ass. And I was like, bitch, what the fuck? Here. Hashtag me too. You know what I mean? And I can't emphasize how much the kids weren't giving a fuck about this because they knew Santa was next door. So she's like, shake your hips on. I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking dancing like a cunt here and no one's even watching. You know? At least give me the dignity of a crowd. Okay? Shake up, fucking moving about and all. She's getting, we're not done with you. Sit down and all. And I'm like, okay, I'm on face the whole time. Like, all right, well, just get me the fuck out of here. Sit down. And she's like, fucking, I don't know, what did she say? I don't know what she said. Blah, blah. And she like just grabbed my hat, lifted it off. And I'm like, bitch, that's fucking, hey. Anything. I have no pride in my appearance, but the hats, bitch, don't touch the hat, okay? You get your stinking fucking fingers all over my ALD hat, bitch. You know? That's drip you don't even know about out in these parts. You know what I mean? Don't touch it. She lifts it off and I was like, oh, what's on her here? Santa's baubles? As in, like, you're bald. Oh, belter. And again, I stress this, nobody's watching. She's just molesting me. And I'm just sitting there and then eventually we were and she'd fucked about with me that long that we were like last in the Santa queue. The next group comes in, and then they have to snap back into character for the next group, and we're still waiting there, like, what's going on here? And then they start into their whole bits again. And then they're like, okay, Santa's ready for you. Bro, I walked out, man. The sarky look at my face, I was like, right, fucking good. Move. Just jumped up, walked out. I was like, have a nice Christmas. And I was like, fuck off. Fuck away off. Okay. And then we just had like, Maureen was probably going, he's gonna burst here. He's gonna absolutely bust. And not in a sexual way. He's gonna absolutely freak out here. And I just had to be there, like, the rest of the time because we went into Santa. And the Santa, 10 out of 10 on the Santa, you know. Even for a second, I was like, can I get a bike for Christmas? And, you know, he was good. He was like, close your eyes and, you know, whatever, imagine the magic of Christmas. And then you open your eyes and the fucking snow machines come on. There's snow falling on the ground. I'm like, this is wonderful. Look up here, get a photo. But the whole time, man, I was walking out of this place like, yeah, I think I had a good time. I had a great time. It's good this Christmas, isn't it?
Do you know why they call it a rectum?
I don't even want to guess now.
You should be able to guess, but it's just like, I can't even remember it now. It was Adam, you know, Adam and Eve.
Oh yeah.
It was Adam. It's basically like Adam fucking stuck something up his hole. It was a specific thing at the time. Adam stuck something up his hole and it wrecked him.
Nearly killed him.
I know, yeah. Here, mate, see that? That was a closer.
Oh, yeah?
2010.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a lesson to all you young bucks running around here thinking you want to close a Lavery's. He used to do that sort of shit 10 years ago or whatever.
What's the worst closer you've ever had? Or a bit. There must be a closer that you look back on and go, what the fuck was I doing? I have one.
I mean, I was always able to sort out a closer. It was everything else would have been questionable. Do you know what I mean? Like the actual filler would have been not great.
I did a closer, and I mean it used to go down okay, but looking back, I'm like, oh my god, it was about, long story short, me getting never being handed, just because of the way I looked and the way I dressed, never being handed promotional material for any clubs in Belfast. And feeling left out, and people would feel sorry for me at that point, and I would say like, and then I was in the Empire one time and somebody went to hand me out some promotional stuff, and I, instead of taking it and being grateful, I went, no. Went smugly, no thanks. No. And she really insisted, so I took it, and it was a burger voucher. It was a free burger with any pint, you know. Yeah, that was embarrassing. Also, oh man, I did some shit. I remember one night closing a gig just by playing the song Roxanne, like unironically. Yeah. Just playing it. I'll say one night.
Many nights?
Maybe 4 or 5 nights where I was just enjoying playing that song and went, here, I'm going to fucking play a song.
That's great.
That's rough though. Like, oh.
But there's something like, and a lot of people think it's unfair when a comedian is like a musical comedian, that they think that it's like an applause generator.
Yeah. Like
they have to clap. You would get like claps after every song you do. Regardless of where you are.
Yeah.
And no one else gets clapped.
No, that's true. You do get clapped. But then my favorite thing is getting a clap for a short musical joke. Mm-hmm. Like a musical one-liner. That's my favorite. I love that.
Never had a clap in my life.
Never had the clap. Or never had. What do you mean you've never had a clap?
After a joke?
Never had an applause. Well, actually, I've been there.
I remember doing when I did support for Kevin Hart at the 3 Arena. Got a massive round of applause. Place in there blew the windows out of it.
You get applause breaks at every gig, you mad cunt. I don't. Yes, you fucking do.
At the end, when I'm like, see you later.
Fuck up. You get. That's a way again. You get. You get applause breaks. You get applause breaks. Like at every gig.
Maybe I'm not going for claps. I'm going for gasps. What's that from?
You talking about like arse cheek claps or something? Like,
I would take that. I would take that. Like we're at a strip club in Atlanta.
I'm going like. You said that very specifically there. Like,
don't know. I've seen documentaries.
That's yeah, mate. You get clapped all the time.
Here we are.
I'm not even taking that off you.
Okay. How many times have you been profiled for your appearance? I get it quite a bit also.
Profiled? Oh, sorry. I'm going like.
It's happened in good ways. Almost every foreign place I go, I get asked for or offered drugs. All the time.
People assume there's a couple of interesting ones. When you first said how many times you've been profiled, I'm like, well, Sunday Life are releasing a profile of me next week. Interestingly, if I say to people, anytime I used to talk to people about music or, say, oh, I play music or I love music or I do music, people always assume I'm a drummer.
Really?
Which is a pure fat guy thing.
Is it?
Oh, it must be. Like, no one goes, what is it you play? Guitar? They go, oh, I know what you mean, mate. Yeah, drums. I'm like, no, I have no coordination. Like, so that would have happened, and I get pulled to the side a lot in airports. For
you can play a drum in a flute band.
I could. Oh,
yeah. There's not many of them have that face.
No,
that drag face. That's it. They need a few more sassy Clambeg drum players.
I know what handbag. That's my
Clambeg.
Unbelievable.